significant public art piece is coming to Iowa City.
It's an exciting anchor for downtown, and people they'll feel it.
And project supporters are confident it will bring something to downtown they say is currently missing. We'll explain coming up. Iowa City is asking for input from you as it considers what needs to be done to protect a popular park from future flooding. And
it's just been a long time coming, and a lot of people have really worked hard to get to this point.
the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center is celebrating a new home after flooding in 2008 left it without a permanent place. Thanks for joining us for this month's episode of Iowa City in Focus. I'm your host, Katie Linder. You might be wondering why I'm standing on this seemingly empty open space on the Ped Mall. Well, soon it will be home to a new public art piece. The Lens, a 30-foot spherical sculpture, will go in right here, where Dubuque and Washington streets meet. It's part of the Iowa City Streetscape project, a plan to update streets, landscaping, and lighting while modernizing the overall look and feel of downtown. People recently had an opportunity to view the concepts for the sculpture. We caught up with some project supporters to learn more about what they think it will bring to downtown. Public art project supporters say Iowa City is without a focal point. That will change with the installation of The Lens, a public art piece coming to downtown Iowa City.
This is on a whole different level. Just the sheer nature and size of it, the international artist that's involved, will be a great place for people to gather, to meet at, and take their pictures at. I mean, it's really an incredible opportunity.
The sculpture will be installed on the Ped Mall in Black Hawk Mini Park, this area right here. The space is used for public protests, rallies, and gatherings. London-based artist Cecil Ballman will incorporate that dynamic into his piece.
He wants to highlight this space for what it has been in the past, and the design is intentionally such that it makes it very clear that this continues to be a gathering place.
The sculpture includes features that will engage the public, like seating and a podium. The piece is also designed to look like the opening and closing of an eye. Stainless steel spirals will capture and reflect the changing light of the sun. At night, it will glow with lights that can change color and intensity.
He's really considered all the history of Iowa City. He's considered the, what the Ped Mall is in terms of the interaction with people and how they interact with this particular space.
Business leaders believe the artwork is a smart investment for the community. They see it twofold as an opportunity to make the downtown more attractive to visitors.
It'll just be a really monumental piece that people will want to come from all over really to see it when they're traveling down I-80.
But also for future economic development.
People recognize that it's a wonderful place to live and to work, and that this community cares about the arts.
Organizers need the community's support. A $500,000 fundraising campaign is underway to pay for the project. Supporters hope the entire community will embrace the concept and make a contribution, large or small.
For the dollars they're spending in it as an investment, I think it's a good one.
With the community's support, come fall 2017, Iowa City will have a new landmark, helping to further distinguish it as the robust cultural hub we all know and love. Some of you reached out on Facebook to comment on this concept. Jordan says, "This is superb." Michelle commented, "Great and nice, but we need to keep the trees and benches." And Kyle said, "This reminds me of Chicago's Silver Bean." To learn more about the project, contact Public Art Project Coordinator Marcia Bollinger. Look for more details on the Capital campaign to come in future episodes of Iowa City in Focus. You can watch the full public unveiling with artist Cecil Ballman. Visit citychannel4.com to view the program or to check out our program schedule and find out when it will be on TV. Iowa City is asking for help as it looks to make improvements to Lower City Park. Portions of the park run along the Iowa River, and in recent years, it's been repeatedly impacted by floodwaters, most severely in 2008. Now the city is seeking ideas that will help the park keep operating when the Iowa River rises. Changes need to be made to Lower City Park. Seasonal flooding has forced the city to consistently close popular pieces of the park.
It seems like it's more and more frequent, while not every year, at least every couple of years, we've been dealing with flooding issues that impact programming and access.
The Lower City Park Master Plan will address some of those frequent issues by giving the Iowa River a little more room to breathe. City leaders are looking to Confluence, a Des Moines-based landscape architect firm, to help brainstorm some possible solutions. Ideas include realigning and slightly raising the road to protect the Riverside Festival stage and ball fields, possibly removing the ponds, and relocating some amenities to higher ground.
Conceptually, the big move is to take some of the more sensitive elements in the park, things like the amusement rides especially, and getting them up and out of the lower areas of the park and putting them in a location that the city doesn't have to scramble when water's coming in the park.
People were encouraged to attend an open house in October to ask questions and express their opinions on the preliminary plans. During the event, people voted on their preferences, ranking the amenities they'd like to see stay and what they might like to see added. Some ideas were more well-liked than others.
Playground space, ropes courses, or team building type courses are pretty popular. But a lot of the stuff is stuff that we already see there and that people are really adamant about preserving.
Attendees also had a chance to talk one-on-one with developers and city staff. One resident said topography is obviously important for flood protection, but it's also interesting to see some of the ideas for new features as well.
I like all the ideas that people worked on. I don't know how popular some of them would be. I don't know anybody that does horseshoes or bocce ball.
Developers stress that these are all very preliminary ideas. They say they'll take the feedback they receive at the open house and use it to make revisions to the current concept. Once those designs are ready, they'll take them to the public once again. Assistant City Manager Jeff Fruin says once the concepts are complete, they'll go before the Parks and Recreation Board. Staff will not rush this project and will work on it over the next couple years. We'll keep you updated on the progress of this project. You can see the full presentation from the open house on the Lower City Park concepts on City Channel 4 or at citychannel4.com. It's been 7 years in the making. The Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center is up and running. The former location was destroyed by floodwaters in 2008. After years of hard work, staff and volunteers have a place where they feel they can provide the best care to animals in our community. It's the start of a new beginning for the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center. After 7 years, some of the community's most vulnerable have a stable, suitable shelter.
In the hearts and minds of many people for many years, this has been building and building, and so this is truly a very exciting time.
In 2008, surging waters forced the shelter out of its old location and into temporary space. While it worked for several years, things certainly weren't easy.
We struggled all the time, daily, particularly when we had animals that were compromised or sick or hard to handle.
After the flood, work got underway to start planning a larger, more functional space. Friends of the Animal Center Foundation, an area nonprofit that specifically supports the shelter, stepped up in a big way, committing $1 million to the project.
It's taken 7 years to run a capital campaign and get pledges and donations from people to be able to contribute to this building.
At $2.8 million, the new shelter can support 92 cats, 29 dogs, and 10 smaller critters, making caregiving easier for staff and volunteers.
So much different because it's bigger, it's better designed, the components are much more in tune with what is needed to operate a shelter on a regular basis, so it's very different.
Amenities include a dedicated surgery area, along with laundry, food, and freezer space. A high-quality HVAC system was also installed to ensure improved air quality. City engineers say more than anything, functionality was the top priority.
The amenities that this place has are really good upon what they actually need.
Shelter staff members say without the community's support, this new building wouldn't be possible.
This facility is theirs, and it's kind of a way, to give back to them.
The new shelter is located on Napoleon Lane near the Terry Trueblood Recreation Area. Visit icanimalcenter.org to learn more about opportunities to adopt, volunteer, or give. You can watch the full ribbon cutting ceremony for the new shelter on City Channel 4 or citychannel4.com. Next time on Iowa City in Focus. The holiday season is fast approaching, and we'll feel the spirit of the season in downtown Iowa City, with visits by Santa, special shopping, and even horse-drawn carriage rides. We'll talk with the Iowa City Downtown District to get the details on all these holiday happenings. Look for the segment and more in our next episode of Iowa City in Focus. And tell us what you'd like to see featured on future shows. Email us story suggestions to info@citychannel4.com or reach us on Facebook by liking the City of Iowa City government page. Thanks for joining us and keeping Iowa City in focus. We'll see you next time.